Hi guys, welcome to another episode of One Health Talks. And with me, I have Uestina from One Health Lessons and Daria from One Health Lessons. This is awesome. It's going to be a three-way call where we're just going to be bouncing off each other's ideas and exploring the internship opportunity at One Health Lessons and what that has brought for everyone, over the course of the last couple of years. So welcome you guys. Welcome Uestina, welcome Daria. And then if we can start with an initial background, just a personal background, where you guys are from, what you're doing at the moment, and then we can move on from there. Okay, so who's going to start? We can start alphabetically with Daria and then move on to Uestina. What do you think? Good?
I can start.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Hi.
So my name is Daria Abzulinova, and I'm from Kazakhstan. I have medical background. So 3 years ago, I graduated medical school. I worked as a general practitioner like 1 year, and then I decided to apply for master program, which called Infectious Diseases and One Health. And it's Erasmus Mundus program, and we had classes in France, Barcelona, and now I'm in Hanover, it's Germany. So that's all.
That's pretty awesome already. I mean, you've moved across the world, you've witnessed different cultures and all of that. So I think that's pretty awesome. So we can maybe dive a bit into that after, but let's hear a little from Uestina now.
Yeah, thanks for having me here today, Julia.
With pleasure.
My name is Uestina. I am based around Toronto, Canada, and I'm the social media intern at One Health Lessons. So for the past 4 months, I believe since around May is when I was working as an intern for this organization where we were all able to learn how to teach lessons based on One Health to children. And then as we were trained, we were able to branch out and then teach more lessons in our own communities. So I was able to teach at a summer camp, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought that was very rewarding, seeing children just like bouncing out of their seats to raise their hands, to ask like all sorts of questions. And besides that, I've also been managing the social media accounts, which is where I got contacted by Julian the first time. So I'm glad that I'm glad we've had a very
So I'm kind of meeting the pitch behind the social media account. Then it was you. Okay, that's awesome. Thanks so much for that. And then so from you, we got to meet a lot of all the other interns and also schedule a meeting with Deborah Thomson herself, so I think that's pretty awesome. And maybe we can bounce a bit off that. How did you guys hear about One Health Lessons? How did that come about? Let's see, anybody who wants to answer, we can do like a popcorn session. Start with Daria, yeah?
Yeah, first time I've heard about One Health Lessons, I think it was beginning of this year. The student from previous batch, she organized the webinar with Deborah Thomson, but unfortunately I couldn't participate in this webinar, but I was really interested in this project, One Health Lessons, and I started to read about this project later on, and I had idea, honestly, why. Because I can bring these One Health Lessons to my community as well, right, to Kazakhstan. And first, what I need, right? First, I need lessons which translated to my language, and secondly, I need to be trained, right, to be able to teach children. So that's why I decided to become One Health lesson leader, not leader, first translator. And yes, and I contact with Paris Emerson, and we decided to translate these lessons first in Russian language.
Wow.
So Yes, and because in Kazakhstan, probably you know, we have two languages. The first official language? No, okay. The first official language is Kazakh, of course. It's
Yeah.
our national language. But the second language is Russian.
Okay.
And I'm more fluent in Russian. That's why I decided to translate, in Russian.
That is awesome. Thanks so much for that. So you do a lot of translation to Russian so that people in your community can also benefit from this wealth of One Health knowledge and understand a bit more of the One Health concept. I think that is pretty awesome. So thanks so much for that as well.
but next, we have another level. I mean, I wanted also to have these lessons like in Kazakh, because majority of people in Kazakhstan, they speak Kazakh language. So that's why I decided to find other volunteers who were able to translate these lessons.
Yeah.
Language.
So it kind of created like a chain reaction where you link up with another volunteer and that links up with another, and then it just creates an expansion of knowledge. And I think that is, I'm guessing the plan for Deborah Thomson was to link volunteers up with other volunteers and then just push the education as far as possible. So
yeah, it's kind of collaboration.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty awesome. Thanks so much. And you, Uestina?
I just want to say, first of all, Daria, you have been absolutely instrumental in getting so many lessons translated in those languages. So thank you again for like the great work that you've been doing.
Yeah.
And for me, I am not a language expansion intern. So the way that the rest of my colleagues, I'd say, are working with the language expansion interns, that they're working with volunteers like Daria to get lessons translated in as many languages as possible. So our lessons are split up into different age groups, and each lesson that is targeted towards each age group needs to be translated. So there's a lot of work to do. And again, Daria, you've been great with getting that done. So thanks again. The way that I've heard about the internship was just through social media, which is kind of funny now that
you're the social media intern. So
yes. So I believe it was in about a year ago, I was made aware that One Health lessons existed and that there were interns, because I think the very first interns, one of them was from the Ontario Veterinary College. So I found out that that student got the role through like the Ontario Veterinary College social media or the One Health Institute at that school. So since I'd followed, I thought, okay, this is interesting. I'm going to keep up with them. And then in April, they posted a call for interns. So I thought, why not? This seems like a great thing to do with my summer, especially because in Canada, things like, at least where I was, things seem to be locked down pretty tightly. Yeah. So I didn't expect to do too much like in-person work anyway. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to do something new. I'd never done something completely virtual before, and so international before. Like looking at the previous interns, they really were from all over the world. And I thought that would be an incredible opportunity to really see what the One Health world is like outside of the way that I've been exposed to it, outside of just One Health research at my particular school.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty awesome. And just to bounce off that, you have been exposed to this world of One Health. And in your opinion, what does One Health mean to you? Or how would you describe it, I guess?
I always like to describe it in the simplest way I can. It's the connection between the health of animals, people, plants, and the environment.
Okay. And Daria, for you?
Yeah. Simply, yes, I agree with Uestina. Yes, interconnection between animal, human, and environmental health. But for me, One Health, maybe it's more deeper. It's like shortly, it's health of the world.
Okay.
I can say that like this, yeah.
Okay. I have a totally different way of defining One Health, actually. For me, I see One Health as competencies. I see it as a skill set, a transversal set of skills that you need to have to be able to work in a collaborative and collective environment. Because the integration of knowledge, whether from the human beings or animal health or the environmental health, these knowledge bases are vast. We have from economics, from sociology, from anthropology, and all these need to come in for us to better understand the origin of a complex health problem, for example. But to be able to do that, you need some set of competencies. You need to have a way to collaborate, to actually listen to other people and to find a shared understanding where all of you with your different professional backgrounds and your professional languages can find an area like what's it called? Like a point where everybody can understand what they're saying so that you can integrate knowledge to give solutions that are more sustainable. So to me, whenever I hear One Health, I remove automatically the health aspect from it because it goes way beyond that. I mean, I know that the end of it all is the health for the world, but to be able to practice as a One Health professional, there are things that you need. And I am a huge fan of education in One Health. You know, that was why when I heard there was something called One Health Lessons, I was like, whoa, I need to talk with all of these people to really find out how it's going and what you guys are doing. And honestly, I am super impressed and I'm very happy to meet each one of you and have such rich backgrounds and see how you guys in different disciplines kind of come together to push this topic. So thanks so much for that. I don't know what you guys have to say about that.
It's a very interesting way of putting it. And it made me think that, so Daria, you mentioned that you have a background in medicine. I've just begun a degree in veterinary medicine. Julian, can you clarify your background as well?
I started as a vet. I finished in 2016 as a veterinary medical doctor, and then I moved to France, where I did a couple of work on farms. Actually, I entered a bit into I don't know if you know anything called permaculture. Permaculture, yes. So I started, it's when you want your plants, what you're living in the environment can find a sort of harmony. So plants, the animals, things that you use, you do not waste. You kind of reuse and recycle to make sure that the environment is in that stable or create a more stable ecosystem or sustainable ecosystem. And all of that pushed me into really exploring that connection and the interconnections and the complexities between man, animal, and the environment. So I did a master's in the integrated management of health risks. And that's where I entered into One Health. And I finished my master's in 2020. And now I work at the university as an assistant professor who teaches on management and One Health at the end of it all. Yeah. So vet background, but I think I left the vet lifestyle a while ago. So now it's really education, management, and really creating contacts with awesome people. I think that's, for me, it's my passion, you know?
That's great. And your earlier definition of One Health made me think like, well, the three of us kind of come from different spheres.
Exactly.
What can we all learn from each other? Like
a lot of stuff. First of all, I mean, even from your background in social media and stuff, I see the things you guys put up and I'm always like, wow, it's so awesome because I love to design myself. I love to create stuff, you know? And I was like, it would be nice to talk to the social media person who is creating all these things. So even from that area, we can connect that into the ways that you are showing or promoting the education. Because that's how I see it. I really see everything boiled down to the competencies that are necessary to either teach someone something or pass knowledge on, or, you know, or to share or to collaborate. And these little hobbies or these little things that we have that we now mix with our veterinary knowledge or our medical knowledge or our knowledge of languages to be able to translate something to something else so that other people can benefit. All these things are all connected. And that's how we learn from each other and we create something new and we innovate, you know? So for me, it's beautiful, you know?
For me as well. I think that social media is also a powerful and really important tool to bring this knowledge to general public. Thank you, Uestina, for your work as well.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
You know, it's been awesome. Okay, so finally, to round off, for you, what was like the most rewarding thing about your internship with One Health Lessons? You can start with Daria and then Uestina. Anything that really struck you as wow, you know?
Wow. I could say, no, I could say that I had an idea, as I said, right, to bring One Health Lessons to my community. And this opportunity which I had, it's really like, I can say like it's wow, because now I already like make a little bit contribution.
Yeah.
And I translated, like, not only me, all these volunteers as well. We together, we translated our lessons in Russian, Kazakh, and even in Kyrgyz, you know. Yes, and next step, yeah, the next step.
That's another language?
It's another language. It's language of Kyrgyzstan. So it's in the Central Asia as well.
Yeah, I think we'll have to have another chat where you break it down for me so I can understand a bit better. But yes, continue, please.
Yeah, and my next step, of course, it's to become a One Health leader, One Health leader, to be able to teach children. So I'm nowadays I'm on my way. So to be able to become this One Health leader.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yes. And I really want to. Can I use this like video to say thank you for this project? Yes. And thank you for your work as well, because as you said, Julian, you're right. We have to listen each other. And honestly, I think that we missed in One Health the part where ecologists involved as well. Because nowadays the most important problem is climate change. So we should also evolve, how to say it, like to spread knowledge among other disciplines.
Yeah. No, definitely, and thanks so much for that. I feel honored that you know, are thanking me for, I haven't done anything yet, but thank you for thanking me. And for Uestina, you as well, anything particularly, well, I don't know if we mentioned it already in some way. No, okay, please tell me. Something wild that happened and, you know, really marked your internship at One Health Lessons.
It's a big question.
Yeah, it's kind of big. Yeah.
I think I did mention earlier, I love teaching. I taught in my community. I've taught in lessons virtually in California and Argentina.
Oh, wow.
And just seeing students from all over the world engage in these lessons was incredible to me. I think looking at that from a wider lens, what was really like wow to me was that this is global.
Yeah.
There are people all over the world who have the same goals and the same passions, but they all bring their own unique experiences that I don't have, that you don't have, that like there are people, or you bring your own unique experiences that I don't have. So I think seeing how strong we can be working together right in front of me was the most, yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
definitely.
wow moment. I don't think it'll ever really leave me, but
honestly, I'm really happy that platforms like this are popping up and are present for people to really volunteer and be part of this global movement that is happening. And just because I started this initiative of interest with a couple of my team members, I've been able to meet incredible people doing incredible things around the world. And, and all because, as Darius said, social media, it just, I was never really good with Twitter or all these things, but I'm like, let me try it because I'm really passionate about education and One Health. And let me see if I can find people who are like minds, with me. And boom, they just popped out from everywhere. Hey, hi. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and I also found a lot of volunteers through social media.
Yeah.
I just post like information that I looking for volunteers who were able to translate these lessons.
Yeah.
And just in one day, I received 25 or 30 applications.
Wow.
Yeah, and so far, yes, it's incredible. And so far, we have more than 70 volunteers from Kazakhstan. Yes.
I remember
that is insane.
In our meeting, or I think we were looking at, I think it was like social media numbers. And then one week we just got a lot of emails and messages from people in Kazakhstan. I'm like, how did this happen? And then we found out that Daria was.
That's the power of Daria. Woo!
No, it's the power of social media.
Oh, social media. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks so much for that. Okay, so last thing. Share just one fun fact about yourselves. Daria?
Difficult question for me. I don't know. Can I skip this part?
Random thing, the randomest thing.
Funny fact?
It doesn't have to be that funny, no. It can be anything.
I don't know.
That you find interesting about yourself, for example, things you're doing or things you want to work on or things you've done before or hobbies or, anything ranging.
Okay, maybe we will start with you.
No? Okay, with me.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Well, I love to draw. I love to design things. I don't limit my. I think it's a bit weird because I design only for myself in the sense that I wouldn't listen to. I think it's also a bit of a défaut. Comment on dit défaut en anglais? It's a bit of a problem for me, I think, because I design, like I created the One Health, the IRT logo. I just like to scribble things and design things and create images, but only for myself. Or if it's something I believe in, I can't listen to other people telling me, no, don't do this, or I want it this way. I'll just tell them, no, sorry. Go and find somebody that can listen to you, but I do it only for myself. So that's something about me. Uestina?
Well, I would normally say that I like to draw, I like to create things, but you've taken that already, and it's apparent. I'm also, I think, since I am the social media intern, is probably very, very obvious fun fact. So I'd say I'm learning violin. I like challenges. I've never played music before, and I like to see how learning to play what's considered a difficult instrument can teach me about things like discipline, that kind of thing. So I'm having a good time with it so far.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. It's a nice share. Okay, now Daria, gotten some inspiration from two angles. Okay.
Okay. When I came to Germany in the beginning of September, I said to myself that I want to learn new skill each month.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the first months I already did, because I were not able to I didn't know how to ride bicycle.
Hey, so have you
Yes.
learned?
So now I know how to do it.
Honestly, I think it's a huge achievement. And don't let anybody ever tell you, when you tell them you don't know how to ride a bike, it's okay to not know how to ride a bike immediately. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great that
Thank
you
you.
learned it. And
Yeah,
then in
thank
Germany,
you.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of it's a lot of bike lanes. It'll be a lot safer to ride bikes.
Yes,
And all
yeah.
that. Yes.
But of course I need practice more, but
Mm.
now I know how to do it. So
Oh, great. That's awesome. I'll bring my bike along if I ever come over to Hanover.
oh,
Have
thank
a
you.
ride. All right, great. That's an awesome one. Thanks so much. And everybody listening, this is One Health Lessons. These are the interns. If you're looking for internship opportunities with them, definitely hit them up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It's all with One Health Lessons. I'm right, Uestina? Yes.
Yes.
One Health Lessons, OHL. All right, great. And this is Julian from IRT. Thanks so much and good day.